Right, welcome back. It's been a little while since I put a diary piece together, so I thought it was about time I got it back up and running. So I thought I'd just give you a little recap of the last couple of months really, because I've been getting out. This is my third session this year, but my last two sessions have just been little socials, so I haven't really been doing a lot of filming, but typically whilst I haven't been filming I've managed to put a couple of nice fish on the bank. So the first session this year was back in the first week of February for my birthday. It's up with my mate Steve. Had pretty horrendous conditions really for the first 36 hours, just gale force winds, torrential rain, and then the morning we were both thinking about packing up. The sun came out, went up a few degrees, and then my left hander rattled off. I managed to bank a fish known as Scar. It was actually a repeat capture, but it went £30 8, so can't grumble getting the year off to a flyer, first fish going over 30, so yeah, it's a good start to the year. And then next session after that I think was the first week of March. Again, just another social. I was out with Dave, we both doubled up in the moat, and I've been on for about 24 hours, managed to lose a fish due to a cut off down in the snags, and then just as we were coming into the second evening, just decided to whack a single pink northern special out to the island, and it had literally been in the water no more than 10 minutes, rattled off while I was still stood over it sticking a couple of baits out with the stick, and managed to bank a lovely 24-4 common. So I was really over the moon with that one, because for some reason, no matter where I fish, I never seem to catch many commons at all, and that was the first £20 common I've actually had out of Blakemere, so yeah, I was really made up with that one. So we're now on I think it's the 10th of April today. Arrived yesterday evening, had a little look around. It was still busy when I arrived yesterday, all the weekend anglers still on. So I had a little walk around, I crept round to the far side by the stumps, got the Polaroids out, and straight away I managed to find a couple of fish just down in the marginal trees. So stayed there for a little bit, just saw one fish moving backward and forward along the margins, and then literally just a few feet from the bank, and then I came back about 20 minutes later and found a group of at least another 2 or 3 fish, all tearing the bottom up, kicking up a load of debris off the bottom, clearly feeding. So I decided to drop in the stumps last night. Nothing's happened. I decided to just fish one rod to begin with. I found from fishing the swim in the past, nearly all of the fish I've had have all been on the one rod off this one spot. So I know the 2 rods just tend to get in the way, so I just decided to go in with one rod, see what happened, hopefully get off the mark quickly. That hasn't happened, unfortunately, so I'm starting to bottle it. I might put the other 2 rods out later on today. Might give it a few more hours, just see how we get on. It's been fishing really hard the last few weeks or so. I think it was 3 weeks since I was last down. I think there's only been 2 or 3 fish out since then. I just don't think they've really woken up yet. I mean, we had a little flurry of fish out sort of January, February time, but it's still been really cold. I was speaking to Dave yesterday. He said they've had really hard frost for the last few weeks really, and yesterday and Saturday were the first 2 really hot days of the year. It went up to sort of 22 degrees both days. So usually, obviously it's horrific conditions, but with it being the first couple of hot days, I was hoping it might just spur them on and wake them up a little bit, because we haven't really been seeing many fish at all. So when I was last down, I think we saw maybe 5 or 6 fish in 48 hours, and it's been the same story really, just not really showing themselves. And other than those few that I've seen in the edge, I haven't actually seen anything showing, so I just don't think they've properly woken up yet. But I'm hoping with them couple of days of warm temperatures, water temperatures have gone up a little bit, I might start seeing some fish show themselves. So I'll keep you updated. I've got just over 24 hours left of the session, so hopefully we'll manage to nick one for the cameras, but as I say, I'll keep you updated. Right, well, we're just coming into the evening of the second night now. It's been a really quiet day. Basically, I've had a migraine. I spent the whole day in bed trying to sleep it off. It's been absolutely freezing. I know it might look quite nice behind me with the sun setting, but I've got a northerly wind pushing straight to my face, which has been absolutely Baltic all day. But like I said, I spent most of the day in bed just trying to get rid of my migraine. So I started feeling better a couple of hours ago, so I cast the other 2 rods out. But there's fish started showing over my left hand rod. So I'm debating whether to just go back to fishing one rod tonight. So I've seen about 5 fish show right over the top of it in the last sort of hour or so. So I might reel the 2 in just to save me any problems if I do have a fish during the night. So hopefully I will anyway, and then make up for spending a day in bed. But I'll catch up with you in the morning if you don't see me before. Taken a little while, but we're off the mark. Absolutely over the moon to see this one go over the net cord, because I've had to work really hard for it this session. So I was contemplating a move yesterday. I wasn't sure whether they might have moved out of the area, but then last night, just as it started going dark, they all started showing right over me left hand rod. So I was pretty lucky to get it in, really. Got me caught up solid in a couple of sets of pads. I thought it was going to be a sense of deja vu, because I lost the fish in a similar fashion last time. I could just see it sat there just below the surface, but thankfully everything held and it's gone in the net. I'm pretty sure this was the fish I actually saw in the edge when I arrived on Sunday through the Polaroids. So I recognise the big scales right along the top. So made up to put him on the bank. This one's gone 24.6. I'll show you the other side. Really lovely looking mirror. Still in his winter colours as well. It's always nice. Right, so I'm going to get the kettle on and see if we can nick another one. Still the rest of the day to go, so it's always time. It's nice to get the first diary piece of the year off to a good start anyway with that lovely fish. Like I say, I made up with that one because I've had to work hard for it this session. I've got that rod back out on the spot now. I'm going to give it another couple of hours before I have to pack up. So still time for another one, but I think we're probably past bite time now really. We'll just see what happens. I've pretty much just been fishing with one rod the whole time I've been here. Like I mentioned earlier on, this swim is a little bit tight when you're on the platform, and I've found in the past having 3 rods, you're just causing yourself problems. I've lost fish in the past where it's picked up me middle rod. So and it happened last time when I lost a decent common, which picked up my middle line. So I swore to myself that I'd only fish one rod in this swim from now on. But last night, I don't know if you can see behind me, the fish started showing literally 2 or 3 rod lengths from the bank, so I couldn't ignore it. So I put another rod just on a separate bank stick and just flicked it out in close. Just had a little northern special and a few handfuls of the tuna over the top. That didn't do anything. It was me left-handed again that did the fish. And I'd say tactics wise, it's just exactly the same as you've seen me do a million times before. Just been fishing over a spread of the Pacific tuna. When I arrived on Sunday, I found a group of 2 or 3 fish in the edge. So knowing that there was fish there, as a general rule, I'll normally start off with around 1 kilo of boilie just spread across the area, and then just keep topping it up if I know there's fish in the area or if I have a fish. Obviously I didn't have anything yesterday, I didn't see anything, so I just kept a tiny little bit of bait trickling in throughout the day, just a couple of handfuls. And then when it came into the evening last night, they all started showing right on top of me. So then really I think I should have had a fish earlier on last night, so I topped up at the bottom of the kilo because there was a lot of fish over the top of me. And then the rod's gone off about an hour or so later, so I think just keeping the tuna trickling in has certainly helped. I think that's probably what a lot of people do wrong, really don't keep the bait going in. And I think a lot of the time the fish will move in, they'll clean you out, single out your hook baits and just avoid them. So I always like to keep 1 kilo or so going in after every fish, or if I know there's fish on top of me and I should have had a bite really. So, and then hook bait wise, again, same as you'd always see me using, just a Pacific tuna cork ball, which I've glugged in the liquid tuna extract. That's something I always do with my pop-ups. I found the longer you leave them in there, the better they are. I tend to start glugging them months in advance of when I'm actually planning on using them. Just found that the longer they're in there, the better they are. When they start going really tacky and sort of take on all the liquid tuna extract, that's when they're at the best, I think. So, like I say, I've got another couple of hours probably to see if we can nick another one, but I think we're probably past bite time now, really. So, hope you've enjoyed the first Ardie piece of the year anyway. Hopefully we'll be able to carry on in the same momentum. So, I'll catch up with you the next time out on the bank. Tight lines.